What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous Georgian Goes, delivering the big names. Chris Curtis, the action man, rolling through. He's got a big fight coming up on Independence Day for Mexico. It's in September. Chris, you excited about that? I got to imagine you talk with the Latino community. I know you have some love with the Latinos, but that's going to be a big night for you.
I'm excited, man. They said a Mexican Independence Day. I was like, oh, hell yeah, man. One of my nicknames is El Diablo Negro de Sinaloa. I love it, man. Yeah, like even back home, Coach Mike Stafford always called me the Black Mexican. He said you fight like a Black Mexican. I've always loved that Mexican style of fighting, man. I try to keep rolling, even in MMA. I try to roll forward with that mentality, like heart pressure and grit. So I love it, man. I'm absolutely excited to be there for Independence Day.
Who gave you that nickname? Is Diablo Negro de Sinaloa? What was it?
El Diablo Negro de Sinaloa.
Yeah.
It's just a funny joke from when I fought in Sinaloa. I fought in Sinaloa, Mexico not too long ago. And I threw a guy out of a ring. They were like, bro, he's a devil. So kind of the Black Devil of Sinaloa was born from that. And it's just a funny thing for the crowd. So it was just a good time.
All right, I'm feeling it. And you got Anthony Hernandez, who, by the way, I've seen that Extreme Couture before. Have you locked a lot of time with him before, or not really in terms of training?
I don't think I think we've never actually run into each other. It's oddly enough, but with Extreme, you get a lot of guys in and out, so our paths just never crossed, and which is fine. But I'm excited, man. Fluffy's a dog, you know. This is the kind of fight I love, man. I love in the fight grinding, trench war, and Fluffy's that guy. Like, Fluffy doesn't want to win on points. Fluffy wants to finish you. I want to finish you. So, honestly, what better fight for Mexican Independence Day?
Exactly. Fluffy loves to swing them dogs. He really likes throwing hands. Now, in the last few years, he's kind of like really become more of a submission guy as well. So what I wanted to ask you is, how about you? We always ask you about your strength, your power, your explosiveness, all those things. What about wrestling, jiu-jitsu? How much do you immerse yourself in those aspects of MMA?
The fun part is, since my wrestling was deficient for a long time, but moving to Extreme Couture full time, they were kind of appalled by my lack of wrestling, especially having trained with Dan Henderson and Team Quest before that. They were like, okay, no more of the BS. So since going to Extreme Couture, I've become a much better wrestler because you can't represent Randy Couture and not know how to wrestle. So honestly, I think I'm one of the better wrestlers in the division, at least with the counter wrestling. I can take most guys down in a fight. And grappling wise, I can grapple. I don't grapple a lot in fights. Everybody asks me why. I can do some cool tricks. I'm not bad than that at all, but maybe this fight will end up showing it. But we're trying to work on this fight really showing not being a boxer, but being a mixed martial artist. If it comes up, it comes up. If we go to the ground, we go to the ground. We can win the fight anywhere. So it's about time I start showing it.
Do you have a signature submission that a lot of people may not know of, like that? Hold on a second, man. When this guy slaps that thing on you, you're in trouble.
So two things. My first grappling coach was a Sambo coach, actually. So I learned to leg lock before I can arm bar. So actually when I bother to do it, I'm actually really good at ankle locks and heel hooks. And the fun thing with the Fluffy fight is Fluffy's signature is that arm and guillotine, which is my signature as well. So the arm and guillotine, the head and arm series. So we both have to, run the same series. So this should be, if it comes down to it, who gets there first?
I felt the times are changing. I don't know if people caught this, but Chris literally stuck his hand out and somebody put a cup of coffee in it. Somebody's getting this guy coffee, dude. This is amazing.
So guys, don't be tricked by that. That was just the homie / manager, Lance Matty.
That was legit.
Dude, I would be dead if not for Lance at this point, honestly. I'm pretty sure I lived with Lance for 3 years at one point. So Lance keeps me alive. But one of the best things about MMA, making it to this point, have good management guys because they do a lot for you. So yeah, you get there, get good management.
I know times have been tough with some of the silly things that have happened, but have you kind of felt the love this week? A lot of fans in town and a lot of people know who you are and some of the badass fights that you've given us. Have you felt that love?
It's absolutely insane, man. I was just telling somebody, you get a lot social media creates this interesting parallel world that isn't real. And you kind of forget because social media is you have access to all these people all the time immediately. You forget that that's not real life. It's not real life at all. So the crap you see on social media, people will try to dogpile on you, whatever. Guys, you meet people in person out here, I had people stand in line for like an hour and a half yesterday for me to sign stuff, which is crazy for me because I don't think I'm important at all. But to people out here and fans, they care, man. They love it. Like, this is a sport that means a lot to them. Like, they watch it with their families, their kids, their dads, grandmas. Like, it's so much different. It's so crazy to see the love you get from the fans and everything else. I haven't had a bad experience for being here. I ended up signing autographs for 2.5 hours yesterday, just, for whatever, because, like, how do you say no to people who've traveled 14 hours, across the world to come see you? So they were like, a half hour interview yesterday. I was down here for like almost 3 hours. I'm like, why? How can you say no to these guys, man? Like, this is amazing. Like, I still can't believe this is my life right now.
You ready for the beef?
Let's go. What did
All
I do? I probably did something wrong.
Yesterday, I saw you walking around with a Warriors vest.
Yes.
Had I known you knew who the Warriors were, I would not ask you as many MMA questions, and we would just fucking talk about that. Dude, we're huge fans of the Warriors.
So,
that used to be our intro music and everything.
Oh, that's amazing. Dude, so you don't understand. So, guys, I don't like spending money. I spend money on, like, food and video games. Outside of that, I don't really like spending money on things. And the only real big thing of clothing I bought, like, it was expensive, was that Warriors jacket. It's a movie replica, like a vintage movie replica. That jacket was way more than I ever should have spent on anything. It's the most expensive piece of clothing I own, and I love it. Like, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. Top 3 for sure. And I can quote most of them. I met a guy yesterday who was he's a stuntman. He used to be a stuntman. And one of his best friends before he passed was the baseball fury guy with the bat, spinning the bat. That was his best. I'm like, dude.
They turned him into a popsicle, no?
Yeah, right? This is crazy.
Someone shoved that bat up your ass and turned you into a popsicle.
Yeah, right. He was the Fury guy. So I'm like, oh, man, it's really cool when you wear the jacket. I never get a chance to wear. I can't wear it in public normally because, like, I'm not that cool and people think you're freaking like a serial killer. But being here, people appreciate it. It's really cool to, I get so many people, Warriors fans, like, oh my God, Warriors. So I wish I would have known. Like, we could have had so many conversations about this.
I'm gonna have to show you. We did for our 2000 show. We did this intro where we remade the intro to the Warriors. So every gym was like a gang, and they were all walking towards our 2000 show. I have to show you that. I have to get a vest. I'll wear one with you. I'll go to Chipotle with you or something.
So what I'm going to do is I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy more vests for my fight weeks. And, like, our fight weeks before, now we're doing tracksuits in Miami. The next fight, I'm going to get us Warriors vest.
Do it.
Yeah.
Joe Silva was a big Warriors fan, too.
Yeah. I love it. I was born too late.
All right, Chris. Well, listen, man, we're going to have to do a show just on the Warriors.
Dude, let's do it.
Yeah.
Warriors, MMA Warrior trivia. I'm down.
And go out there and have fun with the fans. They love you. And I think a lot of that's to do because you are amazing at removing people from consciousness. And I think that's why people gravitate to you, man. So keep doing your thing. Action, man.
I appreciate it, guys.